In the landscape of English literature, few figures shine as brightly as Alexander Pope. His biting satire and masterful command of the heroic couplet have defined an era and shaped literary discourse for centuries. Born into a tumultuous world at the dawn of the 18th century, Pope became a towering figure during the Augustan Age, a time marked by a revival of classical ideals, social change, and literary innovation. But what is it about Pope's work that resonates through the ages? How did this little man with a ferocious intellect carve his name into the annals of literary history? This exploration not only celebrates Pope's poetic genius, but also delves into the socio-political backdrop of his time, offering a comprehensive analysis of his seminal works. From his early forays into literature to his later masterpieces, we will navigate the intricate web of themes, styles, and philosophies that Pope employed in his writings. This video aims to provide an engaging and insightful perspective on the life and legacy of Alexander Pope, making it an essential read for students, scholars, and literature enthusiasts alike. A challenging beginning. Alexander Pope was born on May 21, 1688, in London, to a Roman Catholic family amidst a society that was still grappling with the volatility of religion and politics. The anti-Catholic sentiment of the time placed considerable obstacles in his family's path, contributing to Pope's later perspectives on authority, religious zeal, and societal norms. His father, a merchant, provided him with a modest education, primarily focusing on classical literature. Due to his capacity for absorbing knowledge and his disability, a rare spinal condition that stunted his growth, Pope found solace and expression in the written word. The role of classicism. Pope's love for the classics emerged early, fueling his desire to emulate the great poets and playwrights of antiquity. Works by Horace, Virgil, and Homer influenced Pope significantly. The neoclassical ideals of order, reason, and propriety would become hallmark traits of his style. He was deeply inspired by the concept of verisimilitude, the representation of the truth, as he aimed to reflect the realities of human nature within his poetry. Pope's oeuvre is vast, but several key works embody his wit, wisdom, and thematic preoccupations. Below, we explore his most influential pieces, examining their context, themes, and stylistic choices. Pastorals, published in 1709, marked Pope's transition from an emerging poet to a recognized literary figure. This collection of poems reflects a pastoral tradition, intertwining nature with human emotion and societal critique. Analysis. In pastorals, Pope employs a genteel simplicity to the complexities of societal interactions. The delicate balancing of emotion with the natural world illustrates the contrast between idealism and reality. He adeptly critiques courtly life and the vanity of the upper class, presenting an idealized country life that juxtaposes the corruptions of urban existence. The poem epitomizes the Augustan ethos, combining personal sentiment with a broader social commentary. Pope's use of idyllic settings and pastoral imagery allows readers to escape into a world unmarred by the harsh realities of urban life. His command of the heroic couplet establishes a fluid yet structured rhythm, enhancing the musicality of his lines and inviting readers into the quiet, contemplative spaces of nature. Perhaps one of Pope's most famous works, The Rape of the Lock, originally published in 1712 before being expanded in 1714, satirizes a high society scandal involving the theft of a lock of hair from a lady's head. This incident, despite its trivial significance, reflects the absurdity and vanity of the age. Pope utilizes the mock epic form to emphasize the absurdity of the social upheaval that ensues from such a minor offense. The poem's structure, with its elevated language and grandiose similes, parodies the epic conventions, showcasing Pope's mastery over his craft. Lines such as "What dire offense from Amrus causes springs" highlight the exaggerated emotional responses of the characters involved. Throughout the poem, Pope skillfully employs sylphs, mythical creatures representing the essence of women, to discuss themes of beauty, power, and the fragility of social status. The central conflict between Belinda and the Baron ultimately serves as a commentary on gender dynamics and the trivialities of high society, leaving readers to grapple with the underlying critiques of materialism and social hierarchy. In this seminal work, an essay on criticism, Pope discusses the nature of criticism itself, offering guidelines for writers and critics alike. Published when he was only 29, this poem is a testament to his ambition and intellectual rigor. The essay opens with the famous line, "To err is human, to forgive divine," setting the tone for a discourse on human fallibility and the pursuit of artistic excellence. Pope's use of balanced structure and finely tuned couplets highlights his points with clarity and wit. He adopts a didactic approach, aiming to educate writers on the principles of good taste, reason, and integrity in their craft. Pope prescribes literary virtues and critiques contemporary literary practices, urging writers to emulate classical models and to serve truth and beauty rather than personal ambition. His emphasis on humility is particularly notable. It highlights the tension between author's intention and reader interpretation, a theme that would reverberate throughout literary criticism in subsequent centuries. The Dunciad, first published in 1728, epitomizes Pope's sharp wit and disdain for what he perceived as the decline of literary quality in his age. The poem satirizes contemporary poetry, critics, and the literary marketplace itself. Pope's Dunciad is characterized by its ferocity, fierce denunciations of his artistic rivals, chosen to personify ignorance and mediocrity, create a vibrant tableau of 18th-century literary life. The poem's structure mirrors that of classical epics, employing the heroic couplet not only for stylistic effect, but to underscore the monumental stakes of artistic integrity. By invoking the character of dullness as a goddess, Pope critiques the overwhelming mediocrity that he believed threatened the very foundation of art and culture. The journey through the underworld serves as an allegory for the decline of literary standards, with Pope's biting humor illuminating the absurdities present in the literary scene. Lines such as, "And now, the queen of game, my dear dullness, the Stygian shore, and all her frowning knowledge," further underscore his points about ignorance's reign over intellect. In An Essay on Man, Pope presents a philosophical exploration of humanity's place within the universe. Influenced by Enlightenment ideals, the poem reflects on human existence, morality, and the transcendent order of nature. The essence of An Essay on Man lies in its exploration of the relationship between man and the divine. The opening lines introduce the reader to the themes of optimism and the concept of the great chain of being, where every creature has its rightful place. Pope's assertion, "Whatever is right," challenges readers to consider the nature of good and evil, providence and free will. Through eloquent couplets and profound philosophical insights, Pope offers a perspective that balances fatalism and personal agency. His exploration of self-knowledge as the path to understanding the divine order demonstrates his intellectual depth. As the poet grapples with human limitation and the quest for understanding, he echoes the Enlightenment pursuit of reason and clarity. Pope's aptitude for concise expression and rhythmic precision is evident throughout his works. His use of the heroic couplet, a pair of rhymed lines in iambic pentameter, distinguishes his style, allowing for both elegance and sharpness. The couplet's inherent structure mirrors his thematic explorations of order and morality. Pope's poetry is renowned for its use of the heroic couplet, a rhymed iambic pentameter pair, which he wielded with unmatched precision. His work often reflects classical ideals: harmony, reason, order, and decorum. His satirical tone and moral clarity allowed him to critique vice and folly with wit and elegance. Pope's sharp wit serves as a versatile tool for conveying his critiques. Utilizing irony and hyperbole, he exposes the follies of human behavior and societal pretensions, transforming mundane occurrences into subjects of high art. His knack for memorable epigrams and aphorisms, such as "A little learning is a dangerous thing," offers insights that resonate beyond the confines of his time. At the heart of Pope's poetry lies a deep contemplation of human nature. His works wrestle with the contradictions of existence, reflecting on vanity, ambition, and moral failure. By exploring both the sublime and the ridiculous aspects of life, Pope invites readers to engage with the complexities of their own humanity. Alexander Pope's influence extends far beyond his immediate context. His literary innovations paved the way for future generations of poets, while his satirical styles inspired writers such as Jonathan Swift and Samuel Johnson. The precision of his verse set new standards for poetic form, and his thematic explorations of humanity laid the groundwork for the Enlightenment's focus on reason. The complexities within Pope's work continue to resonate with contemporary audiences. His insightful observations on society, human nature, and the art of criticism encourage readers to grapple with the enduring dilemmas of existence. Similarly, his piercing critiques of vanity and materialism strike chords in modern discussions about consumer culture and the value of art. In conclusion, the literary legacy of Alexander Pope is inseparable from the cultural and intellectual currents of the 18th century. His mastery of language, humor, and philosophical exploration positions him as a monumental figure in English literature. From the biting satire of The Rape of the Lock to the moral inquiries of An Essay on Man, Pope's works continue to challenge and engage readers across generations. As we consider the essence of Pope's poetic genius, we are reminded of the timeless virtues of clarity, reason, and introspection in art. His reflections on humanity and society serve as both a mirror and a lens, inviting us to examine our own place within the ever-complex fabric of life. As readers navigate the layers of wit and wisdom in Pope's verse, they uncover not just the poet's world, but also the universal truths that bind us all. With an indelible mark on the landscape of literature, Alexander Pope's eloquent voice echoes through time, inviting new generations to explore the beauty and complexity of language, thought, and art in the pursuit of truth. Pope may have lived in a different era, but his insights remain remarkably relevant, reminding us all that the proper study of mankind is man,